Something really strange happened to me today. I ordered a package off of Amazon and it was supposed to have been here today. So I looked online and I didn't see it on there. And I seen that it said that the package was delivered, but I looked outside and I didn't see anything. So I gave them a call and they said it was delivered. And I looked on the site and it said that it was delivered at my old address apparently. And I'm not even sure how that happened. So I went ahead and got in my car, headed over to the old address where I used to live, which isn't too far from me. It's only about maybe a 5-minute drive. I headed over there and pulled into the driveway. There was only one car in the driveway, and it didn't even look like anybody was home. And I didn't see any package on the doorsteps anywhere. So I knocked on the door, waited a few minutes. There was no answer. Rang the doorbell several times and there was still no answer. So I decided to knock on the door a little bit harder. Maybe they were sleeping. Who knows? And then a guy answered the door. And I told him I was there because I had ordered a package on Amazon that was supposed to have been sent to me. And it was shipped to the wrong address. And I told him that I used to live there. It was kind of an awkward situation at first because I used to live there a long time ago, and here I see this guy that I don't even know, and he's living in this house that I used to once reside in. So he looks at me and he says that he has the package and he hands it to me and he apologizes. And he says that if there's any other packages that are delivered here on accident, to just let him know and we'll have him send back to me. And then he apologized if there's any damages or anything to it, or if the package was open, because he said that his kid was messing with it. His kid didn't know that it wasn't for them. So I went ahead and got in my car. I inspected it. The only damage done to it was a slight crinkle in the first 2 or 3 pages. I thought about going ahead and sending the package back and getting a new one, but I thought about it and I decided that it wasn't really that big of a deal. It was only a couple of pages and I didn't feel like going through the hassle of sending it back to Amazon and putting it back in the package and everything. And not only that, but I would have had to go back to his house and ask for the package back, and I didn't really want to hassle or have to worry about anything. So I just didn't worry about it and moved on with my day. And then I came home and continued working on this drawing. And I did receive my package that I ordered today, and it was part of my lighting setup I have, the umbrella lights. The one I ordered is a silver reflective umbrella. It's not really that great for when you're doing video or for portraits, when it comes to the human skin and the texture of the human skin. But the light that I had before was a transparent one, and it wasn't really bright enough. So I got the most extreme. So I've got the one that's very transparent, doesn't really put off a lot of light, and the one I have here is a silver, the most reflective. And it seems to have a little bit too much of the highlights, and they're not very expensive. They're only about $8, so I went ahead and got a white transparent reflective one, kind of in the middle. So now I've got all of them, and I don't have to worry about having one that's too bright or one that's not bright enough. So depending on the lighting I have in the setup, I can always change between these three and have the right lighting for any drawing artwork that I'm doing. And this drawing is just a really strange one. I didn't really have any real ideas of what to draw, so I just kind of did my usual doodling style and just put whatever came to my mind onto the paper. I was using a Isograph 0.3, and after about halfway through the drawing, I had this issue where it kept catching on the paper. And so I inspected the pen and took it apart. And I looked and I seen that I was low in ink. Whenever these pens are running low in ink, they tend to catch on the paper. And I usually fill it up maybe no more than halfway. because in case I need to clean the pen or to clean all the different parts of it, I won't be wasting a lot of ink. I use it until the ink runs out, and then I add more ink into it. And what I do is once it's run out of ink one time, I clean the pen and then I refill it halfway, saving on ink. And as I continue doing the drawing, I practice cross-hatching and a little bit of stippling, but mostly cross-hatching, so that I can define the contours and shapes of things. I had no reference for the faces I was drawing in this, and any drawing I've ever done of people or faces, I've always had a reference. So I wanted to do some faces without having one to improve my skill and my ability to draw by memory. And so I did that, and I drew a couple of eyes and faces, and I tried to draw one from a side angle, and I drew a couple from facing from the front. There's a bit of clouds in this, and that's another thing I really love to draw, is clouds. I like doing the stippling and the lines to define the shape of it, because they're very difficult to draw, and I like really challenging myself to improve a lot. And I feel that drawing clouds and complicated shapes and drawing portraits and doing all the cross-hatching and stippling involved in making this type of artwork, I think that it's going to help me improve a lot as an artist. And I'm just going to keep moving forward from there and just keep practicing and practicing as much as I can. The sketchbook that I'm doing this on is my Moleskine, and I almost forgot one part of the story I left out. I had to go to the store to pick up some bananas, some grapes, and some ground turkey. I wanted to make some spaghetti again today. I made it yesterday, but I didn't have any meat to make it. All I had was spaghetti noodles and pasta sauce, but I still managed to make something out of it. And I had been craving it again. It's something I like to make whenever I'm really hungry and I'm busy with drawing. I don't have to make a big meal that's complicated. I can just throw it in the pan, throw it in the pot, boil the noodles, cook it all up, and it's done and ready and easy to make. And I went into the store to pick up a couple of things, and I looked at some of the items they had, and I decided I was going to get some of the items somewhere else because it was a cheaper price there. And I headed home to inspect the paper, and I was looking at it to see if it was damaged that bad or not. It was a bit cloudy out, so I couldn't really tell that much. So I took it home and I looked under my umbrella lighting, and it wasn't really that bad, and I didn't really make that big of a deal out of it. So I took the paper and I put it up where my other papers are, and I leaned it against them so that the other ones are pressing on it to help flatten it more. But I had fun doing this drawing. It's a strange drawing. There's all kinds of monster faces in it and clouds and just really strange abstract stuff. But it was fun, and I hope these videos and this type of drawing is helping everybody out there to improve. Don't worry so much about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what they're creating. Just worry about creating the best that you can, and to be the best artist you can be. We all had to start somewhere, even someone like Leonardo da Vinci. So never give up just because you're not there yet. I don't draw to compare myself to other people, or to try to be better than others. I draw because I just want to be a better person, a better artist than I was yesterday.